should have turned my phone on. We're probably live because every time I go back and look at the video, I'm like, yep, we was live. We was chatting it up, and the people was like just listening and watching.
Just giving them time to get in, get comfortable, get the pen and paper ready.
Let's see. Hey, y'all. I'm trying to pull it up on my phone too. Okay, so yes, I knew it. We are live. There we go. Hey, everybody. How are you on this beautiful Thursday evening? It's hot outside. It's like 90 degrees here in Chicago. Yeah. Honey, I went outside and I was, oh, you should go back in the house. But you know, I'm doing this program called, so I have to get in 2 45-minute workouts every day. One of them has to be outside. Baby, I'm gonna have to tell you more about that offline because it's getting my whole life together.
Because Cleo said, did we know this before we signed up?
Right. I was like, sheesh. All right. Hey, y'all. Hey, beautiful people. It's Gwendolyn from your virtual admin expert. Welcome to Leading Behind the Scene, your weekly dose of inspiration to equip you to excel in business and life. This month, I want to continue to introduce you to people that you should know. Today, I am chatting with clarity coach Jateya Jones.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yes, y'all see her in that pretty purple sweater. She is the CEO of Jateya Jones Consulting, where they assist small businesses and aspiring entrepreneurs in gaining clarity, empowering them to confidently show up and boldly stand out as they claim their rightful spot in the marketplace. This is going to be good. So I hope y'all got y'all little pen and paper so y'all can take some of these gems that I'm sure she's going to share with us. So we first connected through another, and then she joined my mastermind, Mastering Your Success, and we will most likely be connected forever.
She has no option.
Yeah, so she is just a genuine person on all fronts. I just love, love, love her dearly. So Tia, tell us, why don't you share with us a little bit about your background and how you kind of arrived at this place of being the clarity coach? Because I think I've heard somebody call you like the clarity whisperer before.
That is funny.
So tell us, like, what was the journey? How did you get to this place?
I am literally, I know you've probably seen the meme or the sketch where it's like a person over here and a bunch of squiggly lines and then a straight arrow. That is Hershey me. So I am a multi-passionate person. That's what they call us. And so I've had 50 million businesses, like literally. And I was bouncing around trying to find that thing that I couldn't name or put my hand on. And I did that thing in each of those different businesses. I just didn't realize it. Okay. And so my brain naturally works to connect good people with good people. One of my favorite phrases is help me, help you, help us. And so I would always think of people and be like, you need to meet such and such. And then formed the Natural Networker. So the program that I met the infamous Gwen in, I was helped to realize that with clarity, which was the main substance, that secret sauce, is what helped those with networking get crystal clear and actually achieve those goals. And so that's the short version of that meme with all the squiggly lines and then the straight arrow, which got me here. So I'm still fondly known as the Natural Networker. The whisperer part came because I was also doing the 9-to-5, and I would sit in on some calls and I would hold the microphone right here when it's my turn to talk, because I was not going to let it get in the way of what I know I'm supposed to do. Like, everything in me is like, let's get people clear so you can make your dreams a reality. That is the essence of my soul. That is why I like introducing good people to good people. So
I was going to say, and you still do that today, because she'll shoot a DM real quick, like, y'all need to get to know each other. Like, you need to meet her, you need to meet her. She is always thinking of how to connect people. And I think that's one of the beautiful things about you, because it's not just about you, right? You're like trying to figure out how to help everybody connect and do what they do well by some, I think is phenomenal. Is I don't know that we see enough of that, especially in kind of the entrepreneurial community. So tell me, why do you think it's so important for entrepreneurs to be clear, like about who?
Once you get crystal clear, you can't help but get confident. And I stay quoting Sharice from Atlanta Housewives, and who gonna check you, boo? Who? So, especially as an entrepreneur, a lot of our frustration and a lot of the whispers of doubts and the naysayers are allowed to penetrate and tell us that our vision isn't what it should be, even though they can't even see the vision. And even though those whispers of doubts are all lies, they're able to penetrate because we're not clear. A lot of times we keep it all up here and it tends to swirl around like a little tornado.
Yes.
And then we have to unscramble the scramble. And once you keep it up here and you're silent and you're by yourself and you feel like you're by yourself, that is really when the whispers of doubt get really, really loud. And we either shrink or we start to go all over the place. And our ultimate goal in whatever our vision is or our desire, whatever's been placed on our heart, your purpose, your destiny, is to get there. And hopefully you'll eventually get there. You're just going to get there a whole lot faster and more efficiently if you are crystal clear. And we all know time is money. And we all know half of us already feel like we're starting too late, or, we're too old, or whatever the case may be. And you don't need anything else to get in the way of you being able to talk yourself out of doing what you know you're supposed to do. So clarity is key. That is your secret sauce.
Oh my gosh, that is so good. So you mentioned kind of being on this journey before you got to this place, right? Working all these different businesses. So do you think it's necessary for people to be super clear before they get started, or is it something that they're going to kind of figure out as they get into it and move along?
Oh no, definitely start today. Start yesterday. Because the clarity is in the doing. The more you do, you can tweak it a little bit, you can do some more. And eventually you'll get this perfect product, so to speak. Even though most dreamers, which are entrepreneurs most of the time, we never feel like we made it, right? It's like we got some more to go. But a lot of times the population that you serve tend to be the younger version of you, or solving a problem that the younger version of you saw in the marketplace, or a niche or something that you needed. And so with it being the younger version of you in some shape, form, or fashion, whether it was you an hour ago or yesterday or 15 years ago, that person wants to get to where you are now, not where your perfect destination is. So definitely just go ahead and jump in and start, because you'll be able to tweak as you go. And all of those different businesses I had were lessons learned along the way that helped me make where I am now a lot more fulfilling.
Yes. So that makes me think about people who I often hear, because when I start working with somebody and kind of coaching them on certain things, one of the first things I ask is, why do you even want to go into business? Like, why do you even want to be an entrepreneur? And I hear a lot, well, I just want to get away from my boss. And I'm thinking, okay, I can understand that, but you're gonna need a little bit more if you're trying to jump into this entrepreneurial thing, because this thing over here ain't no joke. And so if your only reason for coming into this is the fact that you're trying to get away from somebody or something, I'm not really sure how much success you're going to have or how clear you're going to be as you start this journey. So what would you say to the person that's just like, I just want to get away from, this job or get away from this boss?
Well, first, I totally understand how you feel. That's number one. Number two is that you have to plan to win. So ask yourself, win is an acronym. What do I need and why do I need it?
Mm.
for you to be able to actually sustain that, like you said, because you can leave. Yeah, you can flip tables and toss paper and chuck deuces and be like, I'm out. You can even fill in some extra blanks after that if you would like to, but that's not going to last very long. And what you don't want to be is in a position to have to go back and ask for that job back. That's what you don't want to be in. And so you're right. A lot of times people jump in because they want an additional income, or they jump in because they want to leave that specific job or that specific boss. But you really do need to play to win. What do you need? Why do I need it? And what do I need? Because once you jump out there, it's a lot of sharks in the water.
Baby. And they bite, they swallow you whole. Like, you got to have an anchor to actually hold on to. Now, you made a post on Instagram. Was it last month or the month before? It was like this whole story. And you were just talking about this person at this job that they just hated. And I was like, oh, that's deep. Wow. And then I got to the end and you were like, yeah, what's really key is that was me. And I was like, wait a minute. So what was that? Tell me about that journey, that part.
So, I'm a foodie. I like to eat. Okay. So I need to know that I can eat, and I need to know that I can eat what I want to eat. Right. So with that being said, preface the story. You find yourself in this job because you're pushed from a very young age to get a good job.
Yes.
Whatever.
That right? Whatever the good job is.
So for me, it was get you a good government job. So you have this good
best. If you had a government job, you was bomb.com.
Right. And so I found myself in this government job, and then I found myself furloughed. And I was like, what is a furlough? Like, you telling me I'm not getting paid? That's what you mean? And then you also are trying to call me back to work, and then you still telling me you don't know when I'm getting paid? I was like, oh no, this is for the birds. And then when you find yourself surrounded by, I hate to say idiots, but because it sounds so conceited, but I firmly believe there are little children in old people bodies. Yes. And the one thing I don't have patience for is an adult kid. I have patience for kids, but adult kids, and you're having temper tantrums, and I'm the youngest person in the office, and I'm sitting there like, where's the cameras? Does anybody else see this? So
right now.
Like, seriously. So it was just an accumulation of a lot. I thought I had found that good government job. I thought this was a place where I was going to be able to thrive and use my skills and use my brain and, give back and have impact. And it was really just a cesspool of cycling through not getting things done in order to look busy, in order to say or have a job sustainability. I feel like that was like the essence of this government environment. And I found myself miserable. And it was like, but what do I do next? I was in a state of, I don't know. What do you, this is your degree. Do you want to stay in this arena? You love health. You love education. But what do you want to do? I don't know. But I got bills. I got adult bills.
Girl, you got them real bills, like they gonna come get your stuff if you don't pay me, or they gonna turn your lights off, and then you're gonna be in the dark kind of bills.
And you forgot I like to eat. I like to eat. So yeah, I found myself stuck in this state of I don't know, in a job that paid the bills but wasn't fulfilling. A job that didn't use my skills, so much so that I started to feel like my brain was turning to mush, and I was still paying student loans for all those skills that were turning to mush. So it was like, what do you do? What do you do?
So what did you do?
Side hustle. Side hustle, which then turned into Natural Networker, which then now has turned into Jateya Jones Consulting and Clarity. So it's like, let's turn on podcasts. I'm here. I have to be here. I can do the work. That's not the problem. Because I need to keep that job so I can eat.
Right.
So we're going to do the work. But while you're here, while you're in a state of I don't know, fill your cup, because you have to give from your saucer, not from your cup. Give from your overflow. That's how you're going to be sustainable in anything in life, really, but definitely entrepreneurship.
That's good.
Because if you are tapped out and your cup is empty, you cannot give, whether that's a service, a product, your time. You can't give unless your cup is full. So give from your saucer, not from your cup. And I just started to fill my cup, whether that was podcasts. That's how I found Patrice. Whether that was Audible. I did a lot of audiobooks. And so Brandon Brashad and a host of others. And I just started to fill my cup. And as I started to take notes and connect the dots, it started to come together, and the picture went from really, really fuzzy of I don't know, because it was a true state of I don't know what color I want to dye my hair to cover up the grays. I don't know what I want to eat for dinner this week. I don't know what job I want next. I don't know if I want to stay in this area or move to a different state. So all of those things started to come into focus and get a little bit clearer and a little bit clearer. And please believe it didn't happen overnight. By no means whatsoever. I wished it would have, but everything in God's perfect timing.
I think we all wish things would happen overnight, but I'm learning that you have to allow yourself to go through the process. Like there's no getting around it. Like you're gonna have to do it sooner or later. So I love that filling your cup. You started to really think about what is it that I need personally to start developing? What do I need to learn so that when I do get out here and find my thing, like I'm super clear about what I want to do. So what's the difference between clarity and focus?
Focus is your journey. Clarity is your destination. As you're on the journey, it gets a little bit clearer. It's kind of like looking through binoculars and you're adjusting until you get that picture in focus. That's your journey. And that is focus. Once you hit crystal clear clarity, that's your destination.
That's good. I like that. So some other tips that you can share with us about moving past the obstacles and getting to that space of clarity. So we know to fill our cup. Are there other things that would be super key for entrepreneurs to do or to know?
I call them the ABCs to clarity. Okay. So you have acceptance is your A, believing is your B, and connecting is your C. Okay. Acceptance is the past, the present, and your future. Accepting the good and the bad. It's happened. It's done. And 9 times out of 10, even though it feels like it happened to you, it probably happened for you. And you're present, accept where you are. You might not be in the job you want. You might not be making the money that you want. You might not have all of the knowledge or the squad that you need. And accept that you really can get over there. I know it looks so far, but you really can. So acceptance, and once you accept all of these things, you'll stop being angry. I can't say you'll stop being frustrated. That goes in waves, but you'll at least stop being angry enough to start to focus. And then truly start to believe, because a lot of times we say it, but there's so much doubt back there.
Yes.
It's so much doubt. And it's the unsaid doubt. And it's the doubt. Right. So really, truly start to believe. Believe you can. Believe that even though there are 50 million other people out there doing what you do, they can't do it like you. Who gonna check you, boo?
Who gonna check you, boo? You know I'm gonna be saying that right. Who gonna check me, boo?
You might even have to tell yourself in the mirror sometimes, because sometimes as an entrepreneur, you're like, well, but maybe, and especially when you're a solopreneur and you don't have anything or anyone to bounce those ideas off of, you'll start being like, well, but no, this is yours. This is your baby. These are your late night hours, your lost sleep. This is your full-fledged business. I hustle until it's a business. Who gonna check you, boo? So just believe in you, believe you're enough, believe you're worthy, believe it's possible, believe in the unseen, i.e. faith, until it happens. Disney was definitely onto something. Dreams do come true, but you gotta believe it. And so then you have your connecting. I know a lot of times people will tell you, don't share your ideas, don't tell nobody, and just pop out with it. listen, Linda, you can't do it by yourself. You can, but it's going to take you a really long time. It's like building a house. So if you have multiple hands, you can get it done lickety split.
Faster.
You need a project manager. You might need a welder, a plumber, your HVAC people. But if you got to go to YouTube and learn how to connect the electricity, I'm saying it's going to hurt a lot and it's going to take a whole lot longer. So connecting.
It still might not be right.
Exactly. And then it's burned down. The house done burned down, all your hard work. So just connecting. I'm not saying tell people like the intricate pieces and details of your dream, but this is why I love networking. A lot of people really feel like it's like a used car salesman, and I say it doesn't have to be. It should be mutually beneficial, and you always have something to give no matter who you're networking with. Absolutely. But it also helps you delegate some of your tasks. Like if I tell Gwen that I need somebody, I don't know, a copywriter person. First of all, Gwen knows everybody. So she's gonna have, she might hear something down the street. You know what my friend said she needed. And there you go. And this is somebody that you possibly never would have met. But just by connecting the dots between your past and present, connecting with other people, and then you'll start to see the clarity come. Those three things, ABC, acceptance, believing, and connecting. And you can do that in the meantime, in between time until you get to your destination.
Oh my gosh, that is so good. Y'all better have to wrote that down because look, I'm gonna quiz y'all. I'm gonna be like, what's that? But that is so good. And thank you for making that connection for us, because I think a lot of times people get lost on being clear versus focused on what they really want to do. So I really wanted them to understand the difference. And so this has been amazing. Is there anything else that you want to share before we hop off that you think would be helpful or beneficial, or that you just think is like super key? Talk about the Clarity community as well.
Oh yes, please come and join us on Facebook with the Clarity community. You can find access to it via my website or other social media platforms, but community is essential. I firmly believe in help me, help you, help us. It's a synergy. The more they do it, the impact is compounded. Your income is compounded. So I'm here to just help others increase their income and their impact. As long as you can do it over here and help this person, that person can help you, that person. And if you have a community of like-minded, and shout out to Bernie Siegel or Bree, she coined this phrase the other day, like-hearted, but like-minded and like-hearted, because you want those genuine people who are really just here to help. And they know that if I help you, you'll help me, and we all win. We all can eat. It's not a competition. So please definitely join the Clarity community. That way you can have access and insight to everything that's going on. I am launching Confident and Courageous Clarity program in a few months. So go ahead and join the Clarity community so you can be one of the first dibs and get some goodies from that. So yeah, you can find me on all platforms at Jateya Jones. Facebook is Jateya Jones Consulting, and on the website, jateyajones.com. And I'm ready to help you increase your income and your impact.
Yes, and she's good at y'all. I'm telling you, the girl is good. So you better get to jateyajones.com and book your complimentary consultation, so you can get some of this good stuff and get over there into the Clarity community. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. It's always fun.
Love you. We have so much fun every time we chat.
Mm-hmm.
So beautiful people, if you enjoyed this, which I know you did, hit the like button, share with anybody else that you think might enjoy it. Be sure to leave a comment. Tell us what your key takeaway was. Tell me about them ABCs and how you're going to apply them to your life. If you have any questions, any tips, experiences you want to share, be sure to share those in the comments as well. And I will do my best to answer them all. And if there's questions for Tia, I will definitely pass those along so that we can get answers from her about it. Be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I am your admin expert everywhere online.
And she's
Subscribe
the
to the
truth.
email list. Subscribe to the email list on my website, yourvirtualadminexpert.com, for even more tips, tools, and strategies. I share a lot of good stuff on my email list that I don't necessarily put out on social media, so you don't want to miss it. Be sure to follow Tia on Instagram at Jateya Jones, and be sure to visit her website. I'm going to say it again, jateyajones.com, and follow her on Facebook. Find that clarity community and get yourself in there and get your life together, because you know you need some clarity on that messaging. And I will see you again next week for another session of Leading Behind the Scenes. Mwah.